Hello viewers, Gamer Inspector 4700 here. Now, I am here to talk about E3. It's happening while I'm filming this video, and it'll probably be done by the time this video comes out. And while I'm extremely disappointed that I couldn't go, it's not like I'm gonna be missing anything world-ending. I mean, everything is gonna be released to the world eventually, every game that's gonna be showcased, so I'm not missing anything important. So while it's depressing, I can live on without E3. Now, real quickly, I'm just gonna check up on social media. 1 second. Alright, let's check up on social media right here, and... Wait. What? What? No. No! 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 I feel so much anger. So much anger and sadness. So much of it that I'm gonna start an evil organization. Okay, let's back up a little bit. A little while back, one of my favorite YouTubers, Bird Keeper Toby, actually, he made a video like, what if he was the leader of an evil team? And the result was Team Snooze. And so he encouraged a lot of people to make video responses to like what their evil team would be. Well, here I am with my video response. By the way, Bird Keeper Toby, if you're watching this, you are a great person and a really great PokeTuber, and I respect you. Thank you for watching this. Now, I bet you're wondering what the evil team I'm the leader of is. Well, I'm gonna tell you. I'm the most evil, most sinister, most notorious Team Puzzle. The reason I chose Team Puzzle as the name and the overall theme is because I'm a huge puzzle nerd, loving to solve problems of logic. It's just my perfect cup of tea. Also, partially because I am also a huge fan of the Professor Layton series, which is pretty much Nintendo's and Level 5's version of Sherlock Holmes, and they pull it off really well. If you haven't tried them, I highly recommend you check them out. So, as with every evil team, they might start off with meeting a couple of grunts. In this case, these two grunts would probably be guarding the entrance to a gym, not letting anyone pass by. Now, I bet you're wondering why? Well, it's simple, really. No one can solve their puzzle. You see, Team Puzzle loves to present people with puzzles, just to let them solve and just have their own go at. And so when you, the hero, show up, they're not letting you or anyone else in, because, like I just said, no one can solve the puzzle. But anyways, you, the hero, come, they give you the puzzle, but you decide not to solve it because, well, you're a Pokemon trainer. You don't solve puzzles, you do Pokemon battles. They're like, fine, you're not, but we're gonna challenge you to a Pokemon battle, and when you lose, you're gonna have to solve our puzzle, otherwise we won't let you into the gym. And so they challenge you to a battle. These grunts would most likely have either Elgyem, Ditto, Bronzor, Drifloon, or Wynaut. These Pokemon were picked because of their ties to Mysteriosity, Elgyem having come from space and talking in a series of light sequences, Ditto because it can morph into any Pokemon, Bronzor because it most likely came from an ancient civilization, Drifloon because its myth said to carry off children that take hold of it, and Wynaut because its tail might be the real body. And also, why not? Also, speaking of grunts, you can have your own opportunity to sign up to be a part of my glorious new organization. So yes, I'm doing the same thing that Bird Keeper Toby did. You can find the link to the forum down in the description below, and you can sign up to be a grunt of Team Puzzle. Will it be as successful as Bird Keeper Toby? Probably not, if I'm being perfectly honest, but I'm gonna do it anyway because it's just a fun little thing to do and I'm bored. So sign up to be a grunt right now, please. Going back on track, you defeat the grunts and you resume your journey. However, as you continue said journey, you see more of Team Grunt, just causing mischief and just forcing people to solve puzzles and just mischief in general, but eventually you find them showing up at odd locations that have weird research on topics such as dreams, wishes, and just ancient lore of the region. The list of locations vary depending on which region you're choosing. For Sinnoh example, you might be going to the Snow Point Temple or the Canalave Library, or for Hoenn it might be the Devon Corporation. The list just goes on. Depending on where you will be, there will be an admin at the end of each location. They're the 3 minds of Team Puzzle, as I call them. They're based on my personal friends, so you have Marco the computer whiz, you have Riley the bookworm, and you have Abby the detective. Marco's lead Pokemon would be Porygon Z, Riley's Behem, and Abby's Zoroark. However, after you defeat them at these locations, they still would have succeeded in getting the information that they need. So, there's that. Continuing your adventure, you would eventually have to go through some type of cave, like maybe it could be a side cave, or you'd have to just go through it to go to your next destination. Whatever the case, once you enter the cave, you meet a lone stranger who's just basically wandering around. And this stranger asks you to accompany him just throughout the cave. So you two travel, finding trainers and wild Pokemon along the way. When you reach the end, it's not an exit, but rather a large mural depicting 3 unidentifiable Pokemon surrounding a star. Below it is something written in a mix of unknown and braille. The stranger is intrigued by it, and he just copies something down in his journal, thanks you politely for accompanying him, and he leaves the cave. You follow soon after. Later on in the game, through unknowable circumstances or just whatever that involves the game's storyline, you find out the location of Team Puzzle's base, which is located actually inside a cave in a cove or a bay or something like that. Back in Generation 3, when Team Aqua or Magma, depending on which version you played, had their hideout in Lily Cove's cove, I really liked the idea. That always intrigued me, just having a secret base in like a bay like that. So you fight through the base, fighting grunts and admins along the way, and every time you defeat one of the 3 admins, they leave to go somewhere. They don't tell you where. They do leave behind a bit of dialogue though, saying that they're going to change reality or something like that, and every time they leave behind something that's like a notebook or a computer or anything that has information in it. Reading these sources of information, you find out that Team Puzzle was looking for Jirachi, the wish-granting Pokemon. They knew that it had something to do with the Reggie trio, but they didn't know exactly what. You enter the final room of the base, which actually happens to be the boss's private room, and you enter it to find no one's there. No one's there at all. But there is a journal left on a desk right there, and reading it, you find out that they have found out the location of both the Reggie trio and Jirachi. It's on a place known as Wens Island, and the reason I came up with this original island name is because Wens in Dutch, I believe, is wish, basically. Creativity for the win! The information about wishes and lore mentioned earlier fit perfectly with Jirachi, but the stuff about dreams I actually found really interesting on this one entry in Jirachi's trophy in Super Smash Bros. Wii U, which states, "It can't just be sleeping the whole time though. It's probably hard at work deep in the land of dreams, strengthening its ability to grant people's wishes." And lucky you, there just so happens to be a pair of coordinates leading directly to Wens Island, so you head over there straight away. Sadly, you don't make it to the island in time, and when you get there, Team Puzzle has already captured the 3 Reggies, and you finally meet the boss, who turns out to be me, Gamer Inspector 4700, or, as you the hero might better know me, the stranger who accompanied you in that one cave. I tell you that's too late, and soon I will have my ideal world, but when we met in the caves, that was more of a test given by me, and you intrigued me, so I'm just gonna give you a hint as to where we're going in the form of a puzzle. I tell you that Jirachi is far from waking, so we have to wake it up by force now, and the best way to do that is to take Jirachi to where the legendary power is strongest. Now, because you're the hero, and you just find out through some unknown means, like maybe you talk to someone who went to the Canalave Library, or any library for that matter, it doesn't matter. You find out where we're going. It depends on which region you're going. Like for Johto, it might be Mount Moon, Kanto Mount Moon, sorry. In Johto, Bell Tower, and Hoenn Sky Pillar, in Sinnoh, Mount Coronet / Pier Pillar, in Unova, Dragon Spiral Tower, in Kalos, Terminus Cave, and in Alola, the Altar of the Moon, because I'm a Pokemon Moon player, and so Moon instead of Sun. When you get to one of these places, however, you realize that you can't really enter because there's this giant barrier force field around it and you have no idea how to get in. A Team Puzzle grunt runs up to you and wants to battle you because he's one of those Team Rocket idiots who dreams of illusions of grandeur promotions from the boss. And guess what? Surprisingly, you beat him, and being the idiot that he is, he accidentally gives away that the barrier is being produced by the 3 admins, the 3 minds of Team Puzzle, controlling one of the Reggies each, or somewhere around the location. So you go off to find the admins, not the grunts, the admins. So you go around the barrier finding the admins and defeat them one by one. Marco with Registeel, Riley with Regirock, and Abby with Regice. After you defeat them, the Reggies flee to somewhere because the admins lost their control over them. And so after that, you climb up wherever structure you are and see me at the very top. It's standing in front of a large device that has a giant crystalline structure inside, which other Pokemon fans will probably know as the crystalline structure that holds Jirachi. I tell you with my back turned to you that I believe the world is only people who use brute force, and only solve the smallest of problems with Pokemon battles. I believe that people need to remember how to use their minds again. My overall goal is to ask a wish from Jirachi. And that wish is, right before anyone wants to have a Pokemon battle, they need to solve a logic puzzle. A puzzle. The device hasn't finished awakening Jirachi yet, so I battle you to stall for time. And my team is made out of Gardevoir, Aegislash, Alakazam, Sableye, Drifblim, and at my head is Reuniclus. You defeat me because you're the hero, but when you defeat me, the device makes the crystalline shatter, releasing Jirachi. Jirachi then lets out a pained scream and then battles you because Jirachi just knocks me aside with his power. And so you battle Jirachi, or maybe even catching it. Or if you defeat it, then you might have a chance again in the post-game. After you defeat Jirachi, or capture it, whatever, the Reggies suddenly just appear and surround me, and they are ticked off. Not only is hearing Jirachi's pain scream set off some kind of instinct in them, since they were Jirachi's designated protectors, I was the one who put them under control, so what did they do? They combined their power and turned me into stone. Not the nicest fate for someone in the Pokemon world, but hey, it's not the first time that's happened, trust me. In the post-game, only after you've caught the 3 Reggies, you find the 3 admins of Team Puzzle along with a handful of grunts just stirring up trouble, and it's up to you to stop them. Again. After defeating a couple of grunts, one of them accidentally let slip that the 3 mines went back to Wen's Island for whatever reason they don't know. And believe it or not, this is the same idiotic grunt who told you how to take down the barrier. Arriving at Wen's Island again, you find that right in front of the altar which held Jirachi's crystalline body form sort of thing, cocoon, let's go with cocoon. You find a flight of stairs going down, and in front of those stairs are admins Marco and Riley. They challenge you to a double battle, and you as the hero win. At the bottom you find admin Abby inside a large antechamber, where she claims that she has just caught the most powerful Reggie of them all, Regigigas. She challenges you to a battle where she fights with first her Zoroark, second a familiar looking Reuniclus, and finally and obviously Regigigas. After you defeat her, Abby admits that Team Puzzle is pretty much over. The only thing keeping her, the admins, and whatever handful of grunts they have left is the hope of resurrecting their their leader I should say, Gamer Inspector 4700. And that's why they came down to Wen's Island to get Regigigas, because they heard that Regigigas had the power to avert people who had effects done to them by the Reggie Trio. And you, being the nice person that you are, help out since you caught the Reggie Trio, and using Regigigas and the Reggie Trio, you revert me back to my former self. Marco and Riley come racing down the stairs, and them plus Abby tell them that how happy they are to see me again, and that they suggest to me that I just stop Team Puzzle entirely. That I don't need to make everyone live how I want them to live, but that I just look at my life and just see how good it is. I listen to them, I see the error of my ways, and we all agree to go home together and probably enjoy a nice card game. Abby also gives me back my Reuniclus since she borrowed him right before I turned to stone. Right before I leave, however, I give you, the hero, a nice little memento to remember us by, which is a simple, nice playing card with the Team Puzzle logo on it. And actually, it's an item when you give it to a Pokemon, it can raise up their accuracy by a heck a lot. Me and my friends go home, we enjoy a nice card game, and Team Puzzle is just completely disbanded, done. No more evil intentions. Well, that's my evil team. I just want to say a quick thank you to Bird Keeper Toby, because without him, I probably would have never made this video in the first place if he hadn't made that first tag video. So I just want to say thank you for that. And thank you for everyone else for watching, just for all your support and all that. And still, if they want to sign up to be a Team Puzzle Grunt member, the link is in the description below, and let's see if we can make it a good team again. Also, I just want to give a huge thank you to Haley Moran. She did the artwork for this video, and she has just been awesome at it, and I just want to thank her. And I will put her link to her site, to her little page on Etsy in the description below. So what do you think of this video? Do you have any other video ideas that you want me to do? Do you have your own evil team? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this one. So until next time, viewers, bye-bye! And they reveal that Abby is down there doing something with that revealed blah 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 blah.